I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Ain't God been good to me? But then again, ain't he been good to you too, though? I mean, really, man. Think of all the blessings God has given you. You know what? There's some good news today, though, y'all. In the face of the world being the way it is, the evilness that's out there, it just seems like that's all that's on the news sometimes. You know, we got news of parents not really standing up being parents. We got news stories of children turning on their parents. You got everything. The economy, you got places you thought used to be beautiful places to go. Now they got travel alerts. It's all over. It's all over. But the good news is there's something that you can have in this relationship with God that gives you a way to deal with it all. And I'm not saying that it'll protect you from every single thing out there that's happening, because some things are going to happen to you. You're going to be in an accident from time to time. You're going to make a mistake and fall down from time to time. But man, wouldn't it be incredible for you if you understood that you had some insurance in all of this, that no matter what happened to you, you know, you were covered. You know, look, insurance companies, as good as they are, you know, like our friends at State Farm or any other insurance company, you know, they do some amazing things. Insurance is a really, really good thing to happen in the event that something happens to you. You know, you may not want to pay the premium, but guess what? In the event that something happens to you, that insurance is absolutely critical. Well, but guess what? They cover certain things. You can get life insurance. You can get auto insurance. You can get accident insurance. You can get health insurance. There is nothing that you can buy to safeguard you against life's decisions. You know, if you make a mistake, if you cheat, if you lie, if you fall down and you can't seem to get it together, and you make a crazy decision about how you're going to go about securing an income, there are no policies you can buy for that. You can't buy a policy if you stop being the man you're supposed to be and give up on your children. You can't buy a policy if something happens as a mother and all of a sudden you're not the mother you're supposed to be. But there is some insurance coverage out there for you. And that relationship that you form with God, that friendship that you form with him, that alliance that partnership, that prayer that you put in all the time, there is an insurance policy that you have taken out when you form a relationship with your Heavenly Father, when you form a friendship, when you form a bond that protects you when these things happen, in the event that they happen. Now, here's the great thing about prayer. Prayer can head off some stuff from happening. It really, really can. Prayer can prevent some things from happening. You know, I'll give you an example in my life. Okay, here we go. Because, see, this is the best way for me to do it. Because, see, what I don't like to do is talk to people without letting them know, hey, look, I'm in this hole with you. I feel where you're at. Okay, here we go. I was making some decisions a few years ago, because what I thought I was doing was counterbalancing something that was happening in my life. You know, I thought that since I wasn't happy, or for whatever the reason I thought I wasn't happy, if I, as wrong as I am, wanted to blame somebody else for my unhappiness, that's really, if I make a bad decision because I'm thinking I'm unhappy with somebody, well, hold up, partner. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I make a decision to do something wrong. And now the consequences come when I do something wrong. See, then I already know, as an intelligent thinking man, as most of you are, that when you do something wrong, that, you know, there is a consequence for that. I teach that to my sons. When you do something wrong, there is a consequence. So as an adult, I fully understood the consequence. And so what I was doing was I was making some decisions that was causing some consequences in my life, that was delaying my happiness, delaying my progress, causing my business not to go the way it could go, so forth and so on. Well, what I started doing was I took out this insurance policy called prayer, and I started putting it in my mix on a daily basis. And then I started putting it in my mix, 2-3 times a day. And then I found myself using it all the time. And then I really started putting it in when I didn't need any help, when I wasn't in trouble. I started putting insurance in. I started making deposits into the bank. I started paying my premiums down. And prayer is like a premium. You just pay into it. Then when situations started coming up now, that prayer that I had put in, those premiums I had paid, it started preventing me from making the decisions I was making in the past. Thus, I didn't have to suffer the consequences. Thus, my businesses didn't have to be delayed in its progress because I had put some payments on some premiums. I had taken out an insurance policy with my life, my real life. I'm talking about your life where you make your day-to-day decisions in. I'm not talking about, life insurance is only good if you die. God has a policy that's available for you while you living. See, in order for an insurance policy to pay, something bad got to happen. Now, there may be some others out there I don't know nothing about, but all the ones I got, my car insurance, they only come into play if I have an accident. I have an accident insurance policy where if something happens to me, I got accident, I got my voice is covered in case something happened to that. I got that, but I got to not be able to talk to cash that one. You understand? Everything. I got homeowners insurance. Don't nothing show up on my homeowners insurance unless it's a flood, a fire, a theft. Something bad got to happen for my insurance to even make sense. When you take out the policy with your Heavenly Father, when you pay the premiums of prayer, and that's all it costs, man. You ain't got to have no money for this policy. I put into the policy. It pays me dividends and benefits for living. Ain't nothing got to go wrong for me to cash in on this policy. I use this policy for good things. I give you an example. I use this policy to ask God to watch over my family when I travel. Make the decisions to pay your premiums in prayer. Talk to your Heavenly Father. Get you some insurance in your life. And when you have little things like that, keep on stepping, man. God loves you, man. Man, I sure hope you talk to God today, because guess what? He sure would like to hear from you. That's for sure.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is upon us. The Steve Harvey Morning Show is here. It starts with gratitude, which affects your attitude, which determines your altitude. If you get those 3 tudes in order, if you straighten out your tube, if you just get your tube straight, sky's the limit. Gratitude, attitude, altitude. You got to have the right tube, man. We starting our day off with the 3 T's. Gratitude, altitude, attitude. Steve Harvey Morning Show with Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Monica Jr., better known as Kill Spates, the legend of Nephew Tommy, and yours truly. Got a little salty with Mississippi this morning, so I didn't want to call her by her lovely name of Mississippi. Let's see Monica today. Go ahead, Junior. What's on your mind?
Let me ask you this, man. Okay, so, you see a girl, beautiful, fine, all these things, all these great qualities. Eyes right, everything.
Yeah.
But then you find out she snore. Is that still a turn on?
Yeah, but don't sleep with her. Don't stay. Don't stay. Don't stay. Do not walk away from all this fineness because of this one flaw. Because you have flaws, Junior. Just don't stay.
Nobody's perfect.
Find another reason to go in there and get on the couch. Go watch TV. Do anything. but just guide away from the flaw, because we have flaws.
Yeah.
I'm not walking away from the fineness you just described
Yeah.
because she snow. I'll be over there the next day with them Band-Aids that go over the top of your nose. I'll come back with help. I'll come back the next night with one of them mouth guards you sleep in. Look like a dental plate.
Nothing is going to stop you.
You got options and solutions, Steve.
Yes, for fineness.
Yeah.
Especially snoring, it only occurs when you sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean your flaw ain't when you up? Oh, I'm dealing with her. Oh, matter of fact, oh, she mine. Oh, she mine. Hey,
That's
dog,
your
is she
baby.
flawless? Yeah. She do a couple things at night I don't care for, but ooh.
For the most part.
But all the way up to that night, though, wow!
Yeah.
That's your
Yes,
baby.
sir. She's excellent.
That's
She talks
my
well
boo.
around people.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She got a walk on her. Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
You know, she's pleasant. But dog, what's wrong with her? Well, she snow at night. How bad is it? I really don't know. I'm never there. I heard it in the other room. It sounds ferocious, but I won't never open the door to see how serious it is. Yeah. Well, how bad is it? Well, she sucked a bath towel down her throat one night, damn near choked. I had to pull it out. But other than that, she fine as hell.
Deal with it.
Ooh, she powerful.
Well, dog, how bad is it? Well, I bought some sheets that wasn't fitted, and she damn near choked on them one night, too. So I had to make sure we buy fitted sheets. Other than that, she
All
fine
right,
as hell.
guys. We're moving on. Coming up in 32 minutes after the hour, it is the nephew and Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Here we go. It is time for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us this morning, Neff? What's on the
Well, if you didn't get it yesterday, I got it for you today. Because, see, that's what run that prank back mean. You know understand what I'm saying? If you didn't get it yesterday, you missed it, I run it back for you today. That's how we do that, okay? Because we got to keep you prankified. You got to stay prankified. If you're not prankified, then there's no way you can go on with your day if you ain't prankified. I'm sorry. So let me prankify you this morning. This right here is Pump Your Brakes, Mama. Pump your brakes, Mama. Okay? Everybody, pump your
Mama.
brakes, Mama.
Get your mama.
Get your mama. All right, here we go, cat dog. Pump your brakes, Mama.
Hello.
Hello, I'm trying to reach Natalie, please.
Yes, this is Natalie.
Natalie, how you doing? My name is Darren. I'm with the Homeowners Association.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dan.
How you doing? Listen, we got a bit of a problem. If you don't mind me asking, who actually brings your kids home from school each day?
Oh, my mom gets my kids for me, and she drops them off.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Okay. Well, we have a bit of a problem. The kids are fine. There's no issue with the kids at all. But we've had a meeting here at the HOA. We've been getting some complaints. It seems like your mother is really speeding down the street real fast, and everyone's complaining about it, that, it's a lot of kids walking home from school, and it seems like your mom is driving real fast when she's coming down the street to drop your kids off. Did you know anything about this?
No, not at all. That doesn't even sound like her.
Okay. What type of car does she?
My mother?
Let me ask you this, Natalie. We from what I understand, it is a what kind of car does your mom have? Is it a Ford Escape or something like that? A little SUV? Is that what your mom has?
Yeah, she has a little red SUV.
Okay. All right. So the problem is that that's the same car. That's the one we're talking about. And it seems like, your mother is flying down the street, and she drops the kids off, and when she leaves, she's flying back out of the neighborhood. And a couple of times, some of the neighbors have told her to slow down, and, I don't know if she's flicked them off or said something out the window, but, this is stuff that we just cannot tolerate.
Huh. Well, it really doesn't sound like my mom, but, I was...
Okay, well, listen. You know what, Natalie? What we're not going to do is what you're not going to do is act like it's not your mama. It's your mother that's doing this. So what we need you to do is tell your mama to slow her down so we don't have this problem. All right? Because I tried to be nice with you at first, but if you're going to be in denial, thinking it's not your mama, then we got an issue.
First of all, Darren from HOA, I need you to watch your tone and who the you're talking to, all right? I need you to calm that all the way down,
Okay,
all right? I said that I would talk to her.
You need to slow your damn mama down. That's what you need to do. Slow your mama down the way she drives through these damn streets. No, what you need to do is stand in the middle of the street. If she's flying down it, so hopefully she can knock you out the way, okay? Don't talk to me like that. You're being rude and disrespectful. I'm going to ask her if it's her because I don't think it's her, but you're not going to talk to me like that. Okay, so your mama can just drive down the street and act a damn fool.
My mama could do whatever she want to do. My mama could do whatever she want to do. She a grown-ass woman.
She can't do it in the neighborhood that I'm a member of the HOA at. She can't do it there, okay? Now, I don't mind having your mama arrested with your kids in the car if I got to.
I wish you would. I wish you would have my mama arrested with my kids in the car. You're going to have more problems than you ever had, okay? You better not have my mama arrested. You're going to get arrested, and you're going to be sent to the hospital. How about that?
Okay, let me tell you something. Tell your mama to slow her down in these streets. This is the last warning I'm giving y'all. This is the last one.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to give no warnings, okay? We can have a real conversation about it. We can meet and talk about it. Because you ain't going to talk to me like that, and you ain't telling my mama nothing. I ain't telling her to slow down for nothing. What you going to do? What you going to do, Derek? Matter of fact, let's meet about it. I'll bring my husband, too, since you got so much to say. You know what I'm saying? I want you to keep that same energy, okay, with my husband. I want you to talk to him like you talking to me.
Hey, let me tell you something. I ain't worried about your husband or none of that, all right? I'm gonna say this right here. Tommy is the one that told us that your mama was speeding down the street. Tommy the one said it.
Tommy? Who the hell is Tommy?
Tommy said your mama was the one running up and down the street fast, going 40, 50 miles an hour. Tommy the one said that.
I don't know who Tommy is, but Tommy can kiss my You can kiss my and any other neighbors who got something to say about my mama can kiss my How about that?
Let me ask you this. Do you know nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show? Do you know him?
Son of a You got me. You got me. Oh, you got me.
Natalie, your sister.
Oh, my God. I had to pull over and text my husband like he was to me. This fool on the phone talking crazy to me. I was about to get you lit up, brother. Lit up, nephew Tommy.
Your sister Darius got me to prank phone call you, baby. Your sister.
Oh, it's going down. It is going down. Oh, Payback is a real mother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm getting back. Oh, man, I knew that wasn't my mama, and I know you would never talk to me like that either. Oh, you got me.
Hey, baby, tell me this. One more thing before you go. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
You know it's the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And tell Steve I said, hey, where's Harvey?
Consider yourself prankified. That's right. You have
Prankify.
Prankified. Okay. All right. Prankified.
All right, nephew. Thank you. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO. Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey in the building. Ready for your love questions right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle have teamed up for a comedy special in London. Nick Cannon, believe it or not, is having yet another baby. But right now, we're going to move on to something more pleasant. It is Ask the CLO with Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey. Ready, Steve? Here we go. This one's from Marshall in Kansas City. Marshall says, I reconnected with a male friend after 5 years of not talking because his sex was garbage. We did it only once, and I put him in the friend zone afterwards. He wants us to try dating again. So should I test the waters first to see if he's better at sex?
Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? Should I test the waters first? Before you what?
Before she does it again.
What do you mean test the waters first before she does it again? How do you test the waters?
She's
Do
going
it.
right on into the water.
Do it again. She wants to do it. Yeah, she's asking
Well,
should she do it
that's
again.
all she did before was she did it one time. It was garbage. She put him in the friend zone. Now she's calling us to say, should I test the waters again before I go in? How do you test the waters? You won't have sex with the dude again.
Right. She wants to see if he's learned anything, if he's gotten
that's
better
only
at
one
it.
way to find out. You can't ask him.
Test him.
What you
So
gonna
you're
ask
saying-
him? Are you still garbage in bed? Baby, I ain't never been garbage in bed.
You learn how to do it yet?
I turn him up, I turn him out. But he got 5 years, depending on how old he is. You know, if he in his 40s, it's going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he was 21, he might be in for a surprise.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a big surprise. Oh, yeah.
But if it's 40, 45, he the same dude.
He ain't changed.
Go
He
get
has
some
been
learning.
misguiding women his entire damn life.
So should she take a chance or no? That's
Oh,
what she's
you ain't the only. That's why he available. You ain't the only one discovering. Why
A lot
you
of
think
people
every
think
time
he's
you
got
talk
it.
to him, his ass is available?
That part.
After
Never
5
no
years.
voicemail or nothing.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Suki in Oklahoma says, my 7-year-old son told me that his teacher is a brown cow. He said his classmates call her that. His teacher is black, and he is one of the only 3 blacks in the class. Do I need to start calling these racist parents, or should I talk to the principal?
Yeah, you need to start calling these racist parents and start with your little racist ass boy.
They got him
Because he
hooked.
down there repeating what he
Repeating
hearing. She's the brown cow, and it's 3 of them in there, and y'all need to check it. Yes,
Yeah.
because this is how it starts.
That's
If it goes unchecked, it gets out of hand. And he's 7, so yeah, you got to say something.
Okay. All right. All right. DeQuanda in Terrytown says, my husband told me that he offered his coworker a ride to work after her car was stolen. I found her page on Instagram, and she's got a lot of revealing pictures of her big old butt, and she's cute. Should I forbid him from taking her to work?
Oh,
Well,
he can
first
only
of all,
give
let's
ugly
just
people a
say
ride.
Why do you think he offered the ride?
Cause she
She knows
fine.
now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why he offered the ride.
Mm-hmm.
So you can forbid him or whatever you want, but you know, he already offered.
So he
Fine,
wasn't
he
just
won't
being
need ride.
nice,
He
being
wants-
a friend. He wasn't doing that.
He wants to be a friend.
He wasn't being nice to
Being
her.
nice
thought
for
the
what?
So-
You've
For
been a good
what,
Samaritan.
Shirley? It's being nice for what? Men, everything men do is with purpose. Every single thing is with purpose. Picking you up because you need
But
a
her car
ride.
was stolen.
Let her daddy take her to work. She ain't got no
Right.
girlfriends can drop her ass off. What are women on the job that's got cars? Why you volunteering? You already know the conversation he catch.
Yep.
Should I forbid
absolutely
him?
do.
Go ahead and pick up and see what happens.
Trying to be a better person and get a woman a ride. That's all. I'm just trying
Whatever.
to
She
be
better
a
get an Uber app and get out of here.
I don't get the problem. All this stuff that's out here now, she need a ride. Her car got stolen. Now you finna take our car over there in that ragged ass neighborhood, and now we ain't got no ride.
Now all 3 of us on the bus.
You breaking it down, CLO.
So DeQuanda, you're telling DeQuanda, yes, she should forbid her husband from taking her to work.
Why he tell her?
Yeah.
All he had to do was go and pick her up.
Well,
Baby, you leaving early now. You know I got some pre-work things I got to do.
Oh,
But
pre-work.
anything can happen though, right? 'Cause, I mean, God forbid you get in an accident with this woman. Now,
Well,
she-
it's happening now.
Yeah.
He done told the truth and look where he at. He damn near a strawberry letter.
Subject.
right.
I done
Right on
told
the
y'all about
verge.
this truth now. I have told you over and
Oh,
over
my
and over
goodness.
about this truth. This walking in the
overrated.
house confessing. Your stupid behind. It ain't time for that. Damn, this young ass boy done got on my nerves. Now you done looked up her page. Oh, the hell he tell her for?
But if she wasn't fine, it'd be okay.
If she wasn't fine, he wouldn't be offering the ride.
Yeah. It's a catch-22. I get it. I understand.
I don't want no ugly people in their car, man. I'm going to work, people talking about, ooh, boy, look who Steve got over there, boy. He ain't doing good, is he?
She ugly.
Ooh, man, look at that dude. He got to ride with her every morning to work. I know I'll get a divorce. This ain't my wife.
You gotta explain it.
Hey, man, what you looking at over here? This ain't your car. Mind your business.
You're just being a nice man, just helping
She
your
got a
coworker
beautiful
out.
personality. What you looking at?
She's beautiful on the inside. All right, moving on. Last one. Crazy. Vidra in Memphis says, I've been dating a guy for a while and his 8-year-old son is very rough and likes to tackle me and wrestle with me. I've had several bruises and I've asked him to control his son, but he won't. I avoid the boy whenever possible because I'm going to hurt him. Should I knock his little butt out one good time?
That's what you got to do. You got to put his ass on him. He come in there to tackle, just raise your knee. Put it dead on his chin.
That is.
Rock his little ass. Oops, sorry. Here's what you do. Tackle
She
him
doesn't want to
first.
hurt the baby.
When he tackle him first. He ain't looking. Just put your foot in his lower back and send his ass across the room, dead into them blinds.
He's 8.
No, damn that.
He need it.
Damn that. I'll stop all that tackling.
Why won't his dad say anything?
My grandson used to bite me when he saw me. Then I bit his ass back, and we stopped all the biting. Ended.
All right. Thanks, CLO. Coming up.
Come here,
top
Ezra.
of the hour. Entertainment
Slap down on
news
his
right
ass.
after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, who were both attacked on stage during separate events, are teaming up now for a joint comedy special in London later this year. The stand-up show is set for Saturday, September 3rd at the O2 Arena in London. Tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. Eastern at livenation.com. Live Nation is calling the show a night of world-class comedy. Sounds like a good show.
Icons right there, buddy.
Legends. That's right.
Moving on to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has confirmed that he's got another baby on the way. After Abby De La Rosa announced she was pregnant again, Nick has admitted that he is the father. All right. Abby's due date is October 25th. And earlier this week, if you recall, she teased the idea of having twins again, but that hasn't been confirmed. Nick and Abby already share a set of twins that were born late last year. Comments?
No,
Anybody?
I don't. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Congratulations. That's all I can say.
Okay, go ahead. All right, good. Go ahead. Man.
Too many. Too much. All right.
Too much. He
It
Ain't
makes
you
is.
tired?
He make a
Ain't
lot
you
of
tired?
things. He ought to be
Yeah.
exhausted.
Yeah.
He needs
Too
to
many
be
babies
exhausted.
now. All right.
Steve, you just rubbing your
I mean, you know,
what?
I don't know. You know, the part for me is when you have children. Children may not listen to what you say, but they do very much watch what you do.
Amen.
They
to
may
that.
they may never repeat or say anything of what you've ever told them, but they watch very carefully what you do. And when you're talking to your daughters about how to be treated by men,
Hello.
you're gonna at one point have to be that example, because that's what a young girl, when she looks at her father, that's her first viewpoint of a man's love for a woman. So that you got to be conscious of the way you present yourself to your daughters. It's equally as important when young women don't have fathers in their lives as it is when young boys don't have fathers in their lives.
Oh, absolutely,
Because I've discovered that in my mentoring camp. And that's why we created the girls program. But Marjorie deals with all types of girls. But I've noticed that the camps, it's vital that girls have young men in their lives too. Because some women grow up looking for love in all the wrong places because they never saw what it looked like close up. And it's hurtful to them. And so as a father, we have a responsibility to our children in the way we are. And you got to be careful what you show them, because what you're going to want to teach them, it's going to be hard for me to look at my daughters and just say, hey, a man can come along without, giving you honor and just do what he want to do, and he can go off and then he can go have some more kids for somebody else.
Right.
But you're supposed to sit there and be a good mother.
And you can't be 10 different places at once. You're only one person. Your kids
it's more to life than
you.
being a mother for these young girls. It's also, do you have somebody who's there for you? Do you have somebody who honors you, respects you, and loves you?
Yeah.
That's the hard part about things when you have children.
But you know what? I see a lot of comments on social media talking about Nick Cannon, Steve. They'll say, well, he got the money to raise them, but it's more to it.
That's not about money.
It's about the kids and what they need.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Listen to this statement. This is not a bragging statement. I know what it is to live with money. What your children need is time.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with your money, man. Because when I was in my early years, when I was out here trying to make the money, you know what they was missing? They father.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't know
they
that.
Daddy. They
don't
give
know
a
what
damn
they're
about that
doing.
money.
And do your kids tell you that? They tell you that?
Oh, well, the early Brandon and Carly suffered the most because I was gone the most for Brandon and Carly. Winton and Lori, 7 years old. So it was a different rearing for them. I was there the whole time. In the early years, Brandon and Carly, they suffered, man, because of that.
Yeah.
Man, I was at the baseball park. My son hit the ball over the fence. I was there, and man, he came out there, dug out, and said, "You was here, Daddy. You was here. You was here, and you saw me do it, Daddy." Oh man, I was into it. Oh man,
you tearing
that
up
means
talking
something.
About it,
It means
but you know
something.
what? I said the other day, I got one kid, and I'm exhausted trying to make sure that I raise a winner and not a loser.
Yeah, that's right. And you're doing a great job.
time.
You really are.
I stand by that. You got to
to
be present. So if you got babies all over, thank you, Shirley. But if you got babies all over the place with different women, how are you there?
You got to think about the
somebody-
babies at that
time,
point.
man.
You have to. You have
People
to. What if
online
they all
who
need
text,
you at one time?
He has the money. I got that. And look, I'm not, me and Nick, we all right. So, notice I don't say anything foul about the brother or anything like that. And I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm giving you my take on parenting.
Yes.
And what's required in that. And that right there is a monster job. And I have to be careful when I'm talking to my daughters about the treatment they should expect from men. They got to look at the way I treat Marjorie. Now, I've made plenty of mistakes in my past. Plenty, man. And
none of us are perfect.
And I also know how you're not supposed to do people.
Absolutely.
And I've been very honest and frank about that.
Yeah.
But, man, when you get it right, you got to get it right, not only for yourself, but it's a lot of people watching you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on, guys. Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, the House has voted for gun control legislation called Protecting Our Kids Act. We'll discuss that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, the House has voted 223 to 204 to pass a package of gun control legislation. It's called the Protecting Our Kids Act, after lawmakers faced intense pressure to act in the wake of the recent mass shootings. 5 Republicans voted for the bill and 2 Democrats voted against it. The legislation includes a series of individual bills aimed at preventing gun violence. It would raise the legal age to buy certain semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21 years old, hold and establish new federal offenses for gun trafficking and for selling large capacity magazines. Now, during the floor debate in the House chamber, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi commented, "America has lost more children from gun violence than any other cause." Does that embarrass you to think that in our country, more children have died from gun violence than any other cause? These stories are tragically all too common in America today.
You know, when they say 5 Republicans voted for it and 2 Democrats voted against it, that's a very interesting thing. I can promise you one of those Democrats is Manchin out of West Virginia.
Who voted against it? Why?
Yeah, and why? Why would you
But
vote
only
against?
5 Republicans voted for it.
But this is what the people want. This is what your constituents want. They want gun control. They want it.
Why are we selling assault rifles?
There we
They
go.
are to assault. Let me tell you how foul this country is. Do you know that it is illegal and it is a punishable by prison offense if you use an assault rifle on a deer while hunting? Do you know that?
Yeah,
That you cannot use an assault rifle to kill an animal.
You doing time?
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so if the gun isn't for hunting animals, why are we allowed to buy an assault rifle? Listen to the name of the gun, assault. It is to assault. The only thing you can assault with it is a human being.
Get rid of that gun, man.
All of these crimes you see have assault rifles attached. I don't give a damn about the magazines, all this here. Why are we allowed to buy it, man?
Yeah.
This is a military weapon.
They doing everything to let you keep it. Everything
Yeah.
to let you keep it. They
Yeah.
don't
They go
want to
so
take that one
hard.
off the table. Take it off the table.
You're right. They go so hard for stuff like that, but to protect our children and that sort of thing, they don't. But everything else they go hard for. You can't kill animals. You can't do this. You can't do that. Abortion. You can't do any. They go hard for that. But this gun control issue,
So you
Radio
can't use it on a
silence.
deer at all.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Boy.
What?
Boy.
All right, coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, it is National Marriage Day. National Marriage Day. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, so happy National Marriage Day. That's what today is, National Marriage Day. And LeBron James isn't shy about talking about how he feels about his wife. LeBron often boasts on social media that his wife makes his world go round. And over the weekend, he did an appreciation post on Instagram for his lovely wife, Savannah James. He captioned it, "Quick letter to my queen. Simply just letting you know that I appreciate you more than this world has to offer. Been my rock, holding this sugar honey iced tea down from the very first jump ball, with all the BS that comes into our lives throughout the years and on the daily. You've never wavered, fluttered, or allowed yourself to simply not be strong for me, us, but more importantly, you." LeBron and Savannah's love story began during their teenage years. And Steve, of course, you often credit Marjorie with holding you down. So happy National Marriage Day to you.
Are we supposed to buy something today though? Is this we got to get somebody a gift? I mean, what is this? What is?
But why do you sound
HR.
like it's getting on your nerves?
HR. HR.
What's
What-
HR?
All it is Wife Appreciation Day. That's all.
Okay.
HR. Happy Marriage Day, whatever. Just slow down,
Okay.
sir. You ain't got
All
to
right,
buy
all right.
nothing. You ain't got to buy nothing.
I've been wondering. I missed out on something I'm supposed to do. I need to go get something. Just let me know.
What is all of this, though?
If
Because
it
it's
is-
so many days, and we gotta remember all of them. And then Mama's Day, and she ain't my mama. Then I got
But
to do
you're
that
not
too.
going to go get nothing. Why
I
are you talking
if
about it?
If you tell me I gotta go get it, I go get something. What do I need to get?
Can you just show some appreciation? And
She
it's National
is
Marriage Day.
appreciated. Now that she is, I do appreciate her.
But you
And
gonna
it's
give
for
her
everyone.
The gift?
You don't have to like.
You gonna give it to her all stank? Happy
Yeah.
National Marriage
Yeah, happy
Day.
National Marriage
Happy
Day.
National Marriage. Here, I didn't even know this was existed.
You can't say all of that.
Hell, I didn't know it was existed.
I love you, baby. You know I'm up here acting a fool. I love you to death. My ride or die, boy.
Shout out to LeBron James showing his
Yeah.
black queen some love. Yes,
Letter
LeBron.
to my queen. I
Yes.
love that.
I love that. I love Savannah James. I follow her. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
She's a real
Yeah.
one. She's a real one.
She is.
Ooh. She's dope.
And
I
Steve,
can't-
your queen, Marjorie. Happy National Marriage Day to you guys as well.
Ooh, we love us some Marjorie. Harvey, yes.
And you too, Shirley. Do you know how long you've been married now?
Huh?
Huh? See?
It's been some years. It's been some years.
Girl, you don't know.
You don't know?
This girl right here.
Only reason why she know when it was because it was his birthday.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That was planned. Hon, why don't we do it this day?
Wait a minute, Steve. You got a big anniversary coming up, right? In June? You and Marjorie, didn't you?
Yeah, this 16.
Woo!
16 years? Oh, that's wonderful, Steve.
Shirley, I'm coming up on 18. I know my
No. 15. 15.
Oh,
15.
15.
Oh,
15, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
same
that's
thing. Woo,
congratulations.
say woo.
Same woo.
Yeah.
Same energy.
Yeah, it is.
You put
It
the
is.
same energy in.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
All right, man.
And to all the married people out there, happy National Marriage Day.
You keep
Yes.
praying, Junior. You'll be over here with us one day. You keep praying on it, yeah?
Hey, man. What am I rushing for? I hear y'all. You just complained about National Marriage Day. Why am I rushing in here? I gotta buy something today.
Junior, I think you'll make a good husband if you ever decide to, because you're very thoughtful, very sweet, very generous. I think you'll make a fantastic
I
husband.
do what I do, Shirley. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't help they going crazy over me. I do what I do when I do it.
They going crazy over you?
Going crazy over.
All that thoughtful. I'm gonna give it to somebody one day. I'm gonna give it to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
All of this?
All this gonna be hers. This hairline and everything with it. You gotta take it.
That's right. That's right.
Better hurry up if you want to give her the hairline.
What, Steve?
You gotta get
What did you
Mississippi
say?
married.
I said he better hurry up and marry the girl if he want to give her the hairline.
You got about a year and some change, partner.
Coming up next, it is the nephew and the prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up in about 4 minutes after the hour, it's my strawberry letter for today, and the letter subject is the jump off jumped on him. Uh-oh. We'll get into that.
2 jump offs?
Yes. We'll
Number
get
2
into
and
that
number
in
3.
just a little bit. But right now, it is time for the nephew in today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
You ain't fall and you ain't getting no money. Nah. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello,
I'm trying to reach a Glenda Ann, please.
this she.
How you doing? My name is Brad. I'm actually with the A&C department, accidents and conditions. Wanted to give you a call and see how you're doing this morning.
I'm just fine.
Great. Now, I am the accident and condition coordinator, the last person that it goes to before actually issuing out a check. And just wanted to give you a call and see how everything is going. Have you been to the doctor on your fall? And just wanted to do a follow-up with you and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, everything is just fine, thank you.
Have you needed to do any rehabilitation work or anything like that? This is just a random procedure of all the notes that I have to write down. And like I said, this is the final step of getting you out a check. Now, the last I heard, you were offered $2,000. Is that correct?
If you work there, you go ask your supervisor. You would know all that if you worked there.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking at the file that I have, ma'am. I don't have everything in
Okay,
front
well,
of me.
if you
but
got that wrote down, that's what they offer.
Okay. Well, listen, here's what we're doing. I've also been brought some other records. Is this the first time you've actually had an incident like this?
What?
Is this the first time you've had an incident of actually falling?
Yeah, that's my first time.
Okay. Well, actually, what we're doing, looking over the records here, I've got some actual incidents that it seems like you've actually fallen several times in other places. And what I'm having to do here, ma'am, is let you know that I am not going to sign off on this at all. So the money that has been offered to you, I am no longer going to be, I'm not going to confirm this check to go out to you. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you. I don't think that you have a problem. I think that there's something that you deliberately did in one of our stores.
I could care less about what you think. What happened was the was on the floor. I fell. They don't have to pay for the claim either way it go.
No, we're not going to. Actually, ma'am, what I'm going to have to do is get you to come down and sign an agreement.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Yes, I'm going to need you to come down and sign an agreement that you actually made this whole thing up. And I need that in writing with your signature.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Look, ma'am, I don't care if you come down or I have to come down and haul your in, because I'm not signing over a check to you for somebody that deliberately laid down in the floor and act like something was wrong with them.
You're lying, deliberately done a thing.
How exactly did...
It was witnesses. You need to talk to them.
I've spoken to every witness, and you know what, ma'am? Everyone
you haven't
thinks
spoken to every witness because my friend was there. You haven't spoken to her.
There's a lot of people that assume that you're lying.
Well, I don't care what they assume.
Ma'am, let me explain something. We can take this thing further. I even have you on video, actually deliberately laying down in the middle of the floor as if you have actually slipped.
I know you're lying.
No, I'm not.
I know you're lying.
No, I am not, ma'am. And listen, we're not going to give you $2,000. We're not going to give you $2.
What's your name?
My name is Brad with the ANC department.
Well, you won't be having a job too much for long because you a fool.
No, I'm not a fool. I want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you understand that this is not something. I want to make sure you understand
that
this is not something that you can do or continue to do. Now, I want to hear it out of your mouth. You tell me, did you lay down on that floor deliberately?
You crazy. You think I'm finna sit here and tell you I deliberately laid down in a floor?
Am I crazy? Am I crazy for you to sit here and tell me the truth?
I accidentally fell. That's it. That's all.
No. You deliberately laid down on that floor, and you're deliberately trying to get $2,000 worth of money that does not belong to you.
Well, you just review the damn tape then, and you'll see what happens.
Would you like for me to get authorities to come over, ma'am, and bring you in? Because what we're...
I don't give a who you get. You get whoever you want to get.
If I need to send authorities down there, ma'am, to bring
you send them all over here. I'm not scared of them either.
I don't think I'm not.
What
I'm
they
not.
Gonna do?
They're going to bring you in, and you're going to sign this form I have that you deliberately laid down on that floor.
You're a fool.
The nerve of you, black people.
I'm not coming in. I'm not signing nothing. Now what you talking about? I don't know. I ain't never heard this you talking about.
Now I want you to bring your little narrow black behind in here so we can get this stuff rectified. Is what I want done.
Are you crazy or deaf? Or you ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, I tell you that. I am not coming in. I don't know what I would have to come in for.
I want you to sign a form that you deliberately laid down on this floor, and it was all fictitious.
Now, why the would I do something like that and then go to jail?
Why would you lay down in the floor in the first place when you knew nothing was wrong?
I told you I didn't do that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was in front of you. I could look you in your eyes and tell when you're lying.
I told you. I told you what happened. That's it. That's all. Bye.
Hey, let me say one more. Hello? Call her right back.
Hello.
Ma'am, I don't want to continue to go back and forth with you.
Look. You really pissed. Look, I told you what happened. I'm not going to keep on telling you that. I don't know why the you keep calling me. Let me speak to your damn supervisor.
Let me say, well, first of all, ma'am, I am the supervisor. This is what I want. I think we can get this.
Look, what the I'm going to come in and sign what?
Here's what I want you to do. If you come down and sign it, I'll you go.
If you think I'm finna come and sign some papers saying I laid on the floor, it ain't none of that true. This was on the floor, I fell, that's it, that's all. Now, what the are you talking about?
Have you been drinking?
Have you been drinking?
Are you listening?
Have you been drinking?
I want to
drinking got to do with anything. What I do on my own personal time is my business.
Can I say one more thing?
Drinking? Don't keep calling me with that.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'll let you go.
My back still hurt, and you talking about you ain't gonna give me no money. You crazy? I am gonna get some money. They should have had that up off the floor. Then I wouldn't be having to go through none of this. You have I been drinking?
Glenda, I'm gonna say one more thing to you, and then I'm gonna let you go.
What?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your brother JT.
Who did it? James.
James, baby, James.
I don't know. Yeah, James, I'm going to get him when he get home. Who is this?
This is nephew Tommy. How you doing, baby? You stand your ground, baby.
Second, huh?
Stand your ground, baby. Stand it. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. My pressure was going up a little bit, but now I'm fine now.
And everybody here at the Steve Harvey Morning Show, we love you, Glenda.
Okay, thank you. I love you too.
Booyah. Booyah. That's how you do that, baby. That's how you kick butt, baby. Okay? Let me drop this on y'all. June 24th through the 27th, it is the Thomas Miles Experience weekend. You don't want to miss it. All you golfers out there. Did you hear what I said? All you golfers out there, come holler at your boy. I will be in New Orleans. It jumps off Friday on the 24th, where we will be having, well, you can join me as we have everything going down. It's the weekend kickoff social, and we got an Amazon career fair. You do not want to miss that Saturday. It's a day of service, because that's what I do. I give back to Wounded Warriors, and we're going to do a lot of service on Saturday. Sunday, we got Women's Empowerment Brunch and an all-white Twisted Summer Jam. That's right, we're going to be kicking it. And then on Monday, it's golf day. That's when everybody who say they shoot 70-something, they shoot in the low 80s, they do this. All right, well, come on out and let me see it.
Yeah, but ain't on tour, though.
Yeah, ain't on nobody tour, but they say they hit like that. Well, yo, ThomasMilesExperience.com. Get all the information. Come hang out with your boy in New Orleans, Louisiana. Shirley?
All right, thank you, nephew. Congratulations on all of that. Coming up next, it is the Strawberry Letter for today. The subject, the jump off jumped on him. We'll get into that, find out what that's all about right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter, and if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com, and we could be reading your letter live on the air, pop, pop, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, and you never know, it could be yours. You never know.
It could be. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, the jump off jumped on him. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm 32 years old and I've been dating this guy for almost 8 months, and we've had fun getting to know each other. He was honest in the beginning and told me he had some loose ends to tie up before we got serious, and I appreciated that honesty. The fact that he didn't hide his phone or turn his ringer off made me feel that he was ready to be in a relationship with me, so I didn't trip. We went out all over town, and I stayed at his home all of the time. The only thing that made me suspect he was up to something was the few nights I couldn't reach him, but I let it go. I invited him to visit my parents with me. My parents live about 2 hours from us, so we went on an overnight trip to visit them. They cooked dinner for us, and after dinner, my man and I went out to a hookah spot to unwind. My boyfriend got a phone call and walked away to take it. He got upset, and he was ready to go back to my parents' house. We got to his car, and there was a car blocking us in. He asked the car to move, and the lady flipped him off. I didn't think anything of it. When we got to my parents' house, that same car pulled up in the driveway. This same lady got out and ran up and started hitting on my man. My dad heard the commotion and came outside to pull her off my man. The lady said she's been seeing my man for a few months and she followed us. I was very embarrassed and reluctantly took him to the ER to get stitches. In her words, she told police that she knew she was the jump off, but she fell in love with him and he wouldn't leave me for her. He said he got caught up, slept with her, but he wants me. Can I trust this man and continue this relationship despite just what just happened? Well, he certainly has no control over what Crazy did. I mean, she did that all on her own, gave him stitches and all of that. But the crazy part is that this really happened. I mean, she's Fatal Attraction crazy, like the movie. You do know that, right? And now she knows where your parents live. She stalked you guys from the restaurant, beat your man so badly that he needed stitches. And she's only been seeing him for a few months. Well, I'm sure your parents would tell you to run, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. I mean, your safety is way more important. Even though she didn't do anything to you, she just did it to your man. But you don't want to wait around and see how crazy she really is. I think your safety is very important. And even if you were to keep seeing him, you would always be looking over your shoulder, wondering if crazy could be lurking in a corner somewhere. So, I'm going to say it's a no for me, for you, as far as this relationship goes, because this woman is too crazy. She's just too crazy. Steve?
Well, I don't have the letter in front of me because of my whereabouts again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to deal with this letter just a little bit differently. The title of the letter again, Shirley, is...
The jump off jumped on him, Steve.
The jump off jumped on him.
Mm-hmm.
The jump off didn't jump on you. He didn't jump on you. His daddy jumped on the jump off. It's just a lot of jumping going on in this letter.
A lot of jumping.
I appreciate it. Ain't nothing to me like a good old ass whooping type letter to deal with. So I specialize in this because I have been jumped on before. By the jump off, the jumpee, and the jumper.
Wow.
I've had all three ass whoopers in my life. The jumper, the jumpee, and the jump off. And then I ended up as the jumped. So it's all so relative here. The wonderful thing about having a 65-year-old famous radio show host with it means that he has had a full life. The beauty of the Steve Harvey Morning Show is that I don't mind being transparent in my full life. Now, can I tell everything? Absolutely not. But will I share with you a lot? Of course. It makes for more interesting radio. I happen to be one of the most compelling radio personalities on radio today. The Steve Harvey Morning Show is more compelling than most shows because I don't really care about the damn issues more than I care about myself.
That's why.
It's always about you. I love
all
it.
issues and make them about me.
Yes.
That way you can understand from a personal standpoint why this happened. So this letter right here is very easy for me to do. I'm going to wait the second half to give you resolution, but I'm just giving you a little strawberry letter history here. This letter is very simple for me to do. The jump off jumped on him. Well, all I can say is you glad she didn't get to your ass. You don't seem like the type that can handle much jumping. I do appreciate your daddy in this letter for coming out on the porch and jumping on the jumper.
Yeah.
See, the jump off didn't know that the jump off, you was going to come in there and get jumped. See, I wrote a book called Jump, which makes me an expert on this here jump off business.
You sure did.
It is amazing how this works. Don't you see it, fans, friends, haters, internet trolls?
Internet trolls.
Yeah. Because that's who listen to the show. We got fans, we got friends, we got loyalty people, and then we got haters that listen to the show. Internet trolls.
Yeah.
So I'll be giving out internet advice when we come back on the jump off jumped on him. He got stitches.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's strawberry letter. The subject, the jump off jumped on him.
Very quickly in recap, we've learned that this jump off jumped on him. To set this letter up, you are dealing with someone who has been jumped on by the jumper, the jump off, and the jumpee. I have been all of it, and I've written a book called Jump. So you're dealing with an expert on this letter right here. So let us begin. Shirley, read the letter quickly, and I'll tell you the points I need for you to stop because this is the letter in a nutshell.
Okay. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm 32 years old, and I've been dating this guy for almost 8 months. And we've had fun getting to know each other. He was honest in the beginning and told me he had some loose ends to tie up before we got serious, and I appreciated that honesty.
The loose ends is what jumped on his ass in this letter. The loose ends is the one that jumped on his ass. Go ahead, Shirley. Read.
All right. The fact that he didn't hide his phone or turn his ringer off made me feel that he was ready to be in a relationship with me, so I didn't trip.
Stop right there. Okay. You can't cut your phone off when your jumpee is crazy. Because if they can't contact you, that elevates the craziness. Read.
Okay. We went out all over town, and I stayed at his home all of the time. The only thing that made me suspect that he was up to something was a few nights I couldn't reach him, but I let it go.
Stop right there. Okay. Stop right there. Once again, this is the loose ends. He over there trying to tie a knot in it, and obviously it don't work. Read.
I invited him to visit my parents with me. My parents live about 2 hours from us, so we went on an overnight trip to visit them. They cooked dinner for us, and after dinner, my man and I went out to a hookah spot to unwind. My boyfriend got a phone call and walked away to take it.
He got
upset, and he was ready to go back.
Stop right there.
Okay.
Phone call, got up from the table to take it. Once again, this is the loose end. And the loose end is very loose now because it's calling at inappropriate moments. Read.
He got upset and he was ready to go back to my parents' house.
Stop right there. He foresaw something that the jumpee was about to do. The jump off has discovered his location. He ready to go back to your mama house right now because he know what's coming. Read.
We got to his car and there was a car blocking us in.
Stop right there. It's too late. The damn jump off is here. And she's blocking the car. He tried to get back to your mama's house in time. She was circling the block. She found the car. Oh, Lord. Read.
He asked the car to move and the lady flipped him off.
Stop right there. You can't ask the jump off to do no favors. When they let you jump on them and became the jump off, that was all the favor you get. Read.
I didn't think anything of it.
Stop right there. Okay. You stupid. Read.
When we got to my parents'
How the hell
house,
you didn't think nothing of a woman blocking the car, flipping your man off? Read.
When we got to my parents' house, that same car pulled up in the driveway.
Stop right there. The jump off, the loose ends, all in one. The jump off and the loose end, it ain't working. All this tying up the loose ends, it hasn't worked. The jump off is loose. Yeah. She at your mama house. Read.
This same lady got out and ran up and started hitting on my man.
Stop right there. The loose end is as loose as it can get right now. Read.
My dad heard the commotion and came outside to pull her off of my man.
Stop right there. To the rescue. It's Underdog. He tried to come in and save the day. It was too late. I ain't saying that the loose hands is a problem, but this heifer got hands. Read.
The lady said she's been seeing my man for a few months and she followed us. I was very embarrassed and reluctantly took him to the ER to get stitches.
Stop right there.
Whew.
After your daddy pulled her off, she said she had been seeing him for a few months. One thing I can tell you about this man right here, this boy bringing it.
He bringing it.
That's bottom line.
Yeah. When you following him,
I think you're right.
Him, jumping on him, he bring. Read quickly, Shirley.
All right. I was very embarrassed and reluctantly took him to the ER to get stitches. In her words, she told police that she knew she was the jump off, but she fell in love with him and he wouldn't leave me for her.
Stop right there. I know I'm the jump off, but he bringing it so good, I'm in love with him now, and he not giving the jumpee product to a new jump off. I'm finna stay the jump off. Read.
He said he got caught up, slept with her, but he wants me. Can I trust this man and continue this relationship despite just what just happened?
When we come back, I will close it out very, very quickly. Here's the solution to this letter at the end, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, here we go with part 3 of today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is the jump off jumped on him.
We all know that this dude is he had some loose ends when he started dating the letter that wrote the lady that wrote the letter. And he said, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, I got some loose ends. He was trying to get these loose ends tied up with the jump-off chick, but it didn't work out. The loose ends was too loose. He's bringing it too good. I mean, this boy's doing some things to people that's got them all twisted up, you included in this letter, to the point where she done jumped on his ass and gave him stitches. That's a ferocious ass.
What is he doing?
Stitches. Because he doing some things. I'm talking about outstanding. This dude right here is bringing it. Here's the bottom line. You want to know, should you continue in this relationship? And Shirley told you to run. You want to know if you should stay with him. And Shirley told you to get out. Now, Shirley gave you good advice. My take is different. Shirley was almost there with me, but then she switched. He told you it was some problems. He had the problem. He dating a crazy. Now, he's probably a good man, but he dated a crazy. And he put it on the crazy person too good. See, when you're dating a crazy person, you can't give them your all in all. But he don't know that because he's young. Y'all in your 30s. He don't know that. See, you have to portion it out based on sanity. You can only...
Wait, what? Based on what?
You have to portion it out based on sanity.
I ain't never heard that.
Crazy people, you can't give them your all.
But
you have to wait until you meet a calm, sensible woman before you start giving it your all. You give it all to a crazy person, they already crazy. Now you in here touching spots and causing chemical reactions and stuff, and they already crazy. Now you done sat up here and slept with this bipolar heifer. Now here come hell.
Stitches, Steve, stitches.
That's how good it is to bust you upside your head and give you stitches. Jasmine Sullivan was breaking out car windows. She was busting faces. It's all the same. I bust the windows out your car. I put some stitches on your head. I split open your forehead. Send you to the doctor, man. Cause you to stay in bed. I put some stitches in your head.
Sing it.
Too much
just based on what you said.
All right. Leave your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram and SteveHarveyFM.com. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up, we'll find out what's happening at Apple at the top of the hour right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You guys are going to love this story. The engineers at Apple have finally released a new operating system that will let us unsend messages.
Man,
okay?
Thank you.
Ooh,
Thank you.
When iPhone users update to new Apple iOS 16 software this fall, we will get to edit typos, out of sent messages, recall messages that we didn't mean to send, and mark a message thread as unread so you can go back to it later. That is great news.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you pull a picture of that?
typo?
What'd you say, Steve?
My bad.
I ain't worried about no typo. Tommy, what's your concern?
No, you know what?
Excuse me?
Ask Junior something. I'm good.
No, I thought I heard you say something.
Yeah.
Something about what?
Something about photos. What's that?
I just said, can you pull a picture back? That's just all I asked.
You get to unsend messages, okay? Apple has finally realized that we all make mistakes by pressing the send button when we shouldn't. So thank you, Apple.
Took them long enough.
It really did, didn't it?
I lost a job because of that.
What do you
what I was
mean?
gonna say.
Because you sent something that you shouldn't
Oh,
have?
hell yeah.
What's the worst trouble you've gotten into for a message?
What
you
is the
sent?
silence for?
Oh, he didn't send the
Well,
bunch of
let me
stuff
see
that-
how I can explain it to you.
Okay.
See, a partner of mine that I work with at one of our jobs that we had sent me a group text, but it came from him. You know, who sends it to you, their name pop up. Now, whoever else on the thread, you can see it, but I didn't know that at the time. So he sent me the message.
Oh, what did
So
you
I
do?
sent back a racially charged response
Yeah.
and pressed send.
Uh-huh.
It went to everybody on the text thread. The only black people on the thread was me and him.
How many people were on there?
Oh, God.
4. So 2 were not black. Okay.
And we're all in a supervisory capacity.
Over
did it
you.
say?
That's why you got fired.
Well, you know,
What did you say?
That's why I hate group texts.
I do too.
you know, I use some terminology that only black people use when talking to each other. And I typed it to all of them. And Jesus.
So how did they fire you? How did that come about? What'd they say?
Well, you know we ain't in that city no more.
Damn.
I never told y'all why y'all lost that market.
Wait a minute. This had to do
We
with
ain't on in
that.
that city no more.
We lost an affiliate.
Yeah.
He said, I
Because
never
I was
told
like,
y'all
what
why.
happened? What
Yeah.
happened? They changed
Yeah, we
your
were doing
mind?
so well. Yeah.
Oh, that's why you were so quiet.
Yeah, I never said nothing, but that was it. And
Well,
if
thanks a lot,
and they ain't listening because they never came back.
Not to your
I didn't make-
braces behind.
I done made some mistakes, boy.
Yeah, man.
I didn't type. I thought I have typed, "How you doing?" And it said, "Ho you doing?" Oh, because that is right. Them two, they
Yeah.
right there. Oh,
Yeah.
you to get a call and say, "Who you calling a hoe? Who is you talking to?" Man, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
I only typed one time. My girlfriend texted me and said she, something great happened to her. Praise the Lord, blah, 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 blah. I typed her back, God is so hood,
All the time.
but I meant good.
Yeah. For blessing you, he must be hood. Oh, God.
Didn't you accidentally send a
Anyway.
picture, Shirley?
Huh?
New picture.
Oh, look at the time. Coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, most lottery winners wish they could remain anonymous after they win. We have one of those on this show. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
83% of participants in a recent survey said they would not tell their family members if they won money in the lottery. Now, the question is, does that sound like anyone on this show? Well, nephew, you always say you would disappear if you won a big lottery. And looks like you're not alone. Right now, only 7 states allow lottery winners to remain anonymous. Delaware, Kansas, Maryland, North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, and Texas. Okay.
Thank you.
So since your
I know
primary
in
residence,
Ohio they got that law because if you win some money in Cleveland and your family find out, when you get the money, they'll have you killed.
What in the world?
Look at Cleveland, man.
so Tommy, since your primary residence is in Texas, you won't have to tell anyone in your family
I
if
ain't
you
gotta
ever
tell
win millions
nobody.
in the lottery.
I
By
already
law.
told y'all. I done been told you. I'm dying right in front of them. Don't make it happen. Gonna
Why?
get shot right in front of them
Tommy.
and rolled out of there.
Stop
Tommy,
saying
and actually
that.
have them take a whole piece of shoulder off.
No. Just all of it. Just right there. I'm finna get the baddest Hollywood prosthetic person I can get. I'm going down. It's gonna look major.
But what?
You
Why?
fake your death?
Yeah. Why?
Faking it right in front of them. Carl, I can't be with them no more. I can't be with them.
Coming up at 33 minutes after
Can't
the
be
hour,
with
we'll
these
play
people,
around
man.
it. Would you rather? Right after this.
What I'm gonna do with this money? I can't be with these people no more, man.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now, guys, for a round of Would You Rather. Would you rather have a really attractive body, just fit? Would you rather have a really fine body, or would you rather have a really healthy body?
Ooh, B.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't hold fine. That fine, I know I can't hold that. I'm gonna mess that up.
You ain't got to
Give
worry.
me healthy.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Steve?
I said, I don't know why he talking. That's a choice. No, we all gonna take healthy because ain't none of us fine.
Yeah. Health.
Well,
I'm gonna take
I ain't
health.
never had healthy.
You want to see what that's like?
I want to see what that feel like.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you rather sit through a musical on Broadway or a rock
B.
concert? A rock concert?
I'm gonna do that musical. I can't handle that rock concert. I'm gonna do that musical.
Okay.
Ooh.
You,
Hope it's a
Junior?
good one.
Man.
Musical or
Through a
rock
musical.
concert?
Come on over here with me and Porgy and Bess, man. Come on over here.
Yeah, I go with the musical. I ain't gonna be mad.
The
I
Broadway.
didn't know you was gonna say rock concert.
I can't.
Because I'm gonna be
changed
in there
your choice?
swinging and fighting, all this
fighting.
jumping around me off the beat. Sit y'all, hold
Headbanging.
still.
And they
That ain't the
passing people.
rhythm.
They passing
Diving
people
into
through
the
the crowd,
audience.
man.
And
No.
if you dive in the crowd where I'm standing, your ass gonna hit the floor. I'm not catching no damn body. I might as well go to this musical and kill myself. Go ahead, Shirley.
All right. Would you rather? One night with your crush, or one night with a stripper?
Oh, the crush.
Suppose they the same people.
Jackpot. Jackpot.
You can't beat that one.
Your crush is your stripper. The stripper is your crush.
Yeah.
All right, you have to decide your crush or your stripper.
Nah, I take my
That's
crush.
funny.
The
Yeah,
crush.
I go with the crush.
Yeah, the crush.
I don't know no
Me and Hallie for a night. Boy.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
your
no
crush.
strippers.
All right.
You don't know
Would you
no
ra-
strippers? I mean, I'm sorry. You don't.
Excuse you?
My bad.
What?
Hey, go to the next question.
Inside
to
voice, outside voice.
If I knew
What
a
did you-
stripper, you think I'd say that on this show? Boy,
All right, that's today's round of Would You Rather. Coming back at 49 minutes after the hour, we'll have our last break of the day and some closing from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, guys, our last break of the day on this Friday. It is Friday. Thank you, Lord. TGI,
Friday.
all of that. Mm-hmm.
Game tonight,
know,
too, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Got to do that.
Hey, I've been opening the show lately, and I've been talking about the tude. I call it the tude. Because sometimes you get accused of, hey, you need to watch your tude now. Your tude is too strong with me. And I've been opening the show talking about the tude. But the tude, I really was thinking about it after I did it this morning. I said, you know what, man, that really make, sense. It's the three tudes that can change your life. And the three tudes are this. If you start your day with gratitude, that showing gratitude will immediately affect your attitude. And once your attitude has been properly adjusted and affected, those two things will start to direct change your altitude. So tude, when I say the tudes, get your tude together. It's really, really a motivating thing, man. And I just stumbled on it. Gratitude, attitude, altitude. And that's really, man, the three things, man, that can really change your life, because gratitude is such a major principle of success that's oftentimes overlooked. And what I mean by that is it's not a theory that successful people came up with. It's a scripture. I don't know which one it is, but it is a scripture. I'm pretty sure Shirley could find it when it talks about, giving thanks. The more grateful you are, the more things God will give you to be grateful for. There's a scripture that applies to that. But it's when you come to God in prayer, you open up your prayer with thanks. That's the proper way to pray. To open up by saying thank you. You know what I mean? But it only makes common sense. I mean, you think about it, instead of always walking in the door asking somebody for something, hello, how you doing? I really appreciate you, man. You've been very kind to my family. And I don't mean to be, step on your toes or anything, but you've done so much for us. I need one more favor. That's a better way to walk in the door than just walk in the door and go, hey, what's up, man? Hey, look, man, can I get 100? Well, wait a minute, man. Can you get 100 just like that? Wasn't no, hey, how you doing? Sorry to bother you. Give me something. But when you go to God, if you start your prayer with gratitude, it's to acknowledge the fact that you already recognize that you have been extended some grace and some mercy in your life that you may not really even be deserving of. Because that's what grace is. Grace is God's unmerited favor. And what it means by that is unmerited means you can't earn it. You can't do anything to get it. Grace is given out freely without cause, purpose, or justification. When God gives you grace, he just give it to you. And you can pass judgment all you want. I know you probably think there's a lot of people that don't deserve grace, but you ain't the one that has the ability to pass it out. And I thank God for that. Because if people determine who got grace, we probably wouldn't get none at all. But God is the giver of grace. And God's grace is his unmerited favor to us. When he does things for us that we don't even deserve. And that's why you hear old people say, all I want is a little more grace, because they understand how powerful it is. I wish you could purchase grace. I would take any extra that I have and buy it. Matter of fact, I would take all that I have to buy grace, because I've been such a beneficiary of grace, man, because it's unexplainable how good God has been to me. And I can only tell you that I know a lot of what God does for me is simply because I have the good sense to show gratitude. I have enough sense to thank him all the time for what he's done for me. And there are millions and millions of people who do the same thing, and they have a life to show for it. This life I'm talking about is not in terms of money. It's often just times in terms of quality of life, because let me tell you something, I know a lot of people with money ain't happy at all. But I'm just talking about quality of life, having family, some friends, having relationships, being able to work, be happy, enjoying yourself. All of this is possible. But grace is everything, man. It really, really is. And to get it, I think the only thing I can attest to mine is that he knows I'm grateful. And I will occasionally tell people about what he's done for me. I'm a living witness to that. I'm a living witness to his grace, his mercy, and his forgiveness. Because if he hasn't forgiven me several times. I've been used up my third opportunity. If I was a cat, I've done my 9 lives. Over and over and over. He's forgiven me thousands and thousands of times. And that's just grace. And that's mercy. And that's favor. But it starts with gratitude. If you change your gratitude, it affects your attitude. And once your attitude is affected, it changes your altitude. Those are the tudes we're working on today. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. Talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. Peace.